Shalom, it is Tuesday evening. It's in the early 60s. There's where I'm walking at the park here in nearby Mitchell, over by the middle school, junior high. So I'll be sure to walk a little slower so the camera is not as shaky. It's one thing I learned making that first video. So I'll be sure to go slow. Of course, it'll be bumpy because I'm going on a downhill slope out here in the grass, kind of on a hill. Okay, well, I heard some good news that the economy may start to resume to normal. Of course, not all of a sudden, but slowly climbing its way up sometime after Passover. So I guess it would be befitting, since Passover is a biblical festival, when during ancient biblical times God commanded the Hebrews, the Jews, Mizrahim Jews, they were all of Middle Eastern background, to take the blood of the lamp, write a sign on the doorpost, and the angel of death would pass by. And those that have the blood of the lamp on the doorposts, who obeyed God, the angel would pass over them and they wouldn't die. But those that didn't, they would have, I believe, the firstborn in their family die. So, is there a link between Passover and our economy? Maybe, perhaps. Time will tell if the economy starts to rebound after or sometime around Passover. But it is April, I think, 25, Tuesday, maybe 24th. And so we have about a week left of March, and Passover, I think, is April 8th to, I think it lasts for about a week. So you know, we got about a couple, 3 weeks, see what happens. But yeah, it still boggles my mind how the world and the country are reacting to this coronavirus, because I do believe it's biologically engineered, but I don't think it's as bad as the mainstream media stupidity is portraying it to be. And of course, a lot of people watch the news, so they believe in all the fear mongering and hype and all that nonsense. And I know a lot of people are blaming China. I know Trump is blaming China, and a lot of Americans follow Trump. They take his lead. It's almost like a lot of people look to him as their Lord and Savior rather than Yeshua or Jesus Christ. So yeah, that's what I've come to learn here living in America. Some people are more devoted to their president, to their politicians, than they are to the Savior, the Son of God himself. Kind of sad. That kind of comes across regardless if you're male, female, black, white. Even those that profess to be Christians say vehement defender of Trump, but that vehement defending didn't come to Jesus. So I guess it is what it is. Just calling it out for my personal experience with other people. So that said, yeah, a lot of Americans are blaming China. China did this because they have weird diets. Well, like I said to other people, the Chinese and other people, they've been eating weird stuff for generations upon generations, for a long time. So why didn't this develop earlier? And if it wasn't Chinese, why would they be so devastated? So far, they've been the one country that's been hit the hardest. If they were started, they'd be going after other countries, not them. So, but, you know, it's everybody else's fault but mine. It's about us Americans. You can get it, right? So, now, remember, not hating on Americans, but calling out the truth for what it is. So, I know other people aren't gonna like it, but you can't deny the truth. You gotta face it headlong. And as you heard it said, the truth shall set you free. So better to know the truth, what it is, and respond positively to it. Okay. So I was listening to other people on YouTube. Bitcoin Ben, Big Swear, Jeff Berwick, another freedom-minded people who love freedom, don't really care much for the banks, the government especially, and I don't care much for the military. And especially Jeff doesn't care as well. But I'm hearing that this economic crisis the world is going through, it is setting itself up to conduct into cryptocurrency, digital currency. And I was in the middle of listening to Bitcoin Ben tell about how Ripple and XRP is going to be one of the main mode of a transaction. So that's got the nickname Banker's Coin because the currency is called XRP, but I think Ripple is kind of like the central bank of XRP. But they've got a lot of deals and contracts with mega banks of the world, hence the name, the Banker's Coin. So yes, I really believe this is going to happen. It's going to happen because for the most part, cryptocurrency is available to just about anybody, and a lot of them, like Bitcoin, is decentralized. So no single country or government owns Bitcoin. In theory, somebody in elementary school, middle school, high school, they could go to the public library, open up a Bitcoin account, and start earning Bitcoin. There's even this website, freebitcode.in or something like that, where you can get free Bitcoins. So there you go. At that point, you can start earning Bitcoin, and it's not like opening up a bank account where you gotta go through your ID and your government issued ID and link it to your identity. No, that's the good thing about opening up a Bitcoin wallet, is that it's not linked to your identity, so it's very anonymous. That's the good part. So along with XRP and Bitcoin, there'll be other cryptocurrency. Those that are practical, that have good usage, they will go up. And yeah, you're already starting to see signs of companies, business, they don't accept cash. They're going cashless. So slowly and surely we're transitioning into this economic reset. So this will be good, especially for those that are into cryptocurrency. Make sure you own it. I keep some in Coinbase and Gemini and a few others, but the bulk of it I have in cold storage. So it's a wise idea to get it out of the third-party exchanges, and make sure you have possession of it. Make sure you have the address too, because otherwise you don't really own it. So make sure you own it, because relying on a third party, what if they crash? So I got a buddy of mine. He accumulated over one full Bitcoin. He has all of it in Coinbase. I have been talking to him for quite some time. You can keep some on Coinbase, but slowly take some out, because what happened if you want to cash out and you can't because too much traffic on Coinbase? Then you can't, or God forbid, Coinbase shuts down. Then what happens to your Bitcoin? So who knows when this will all end, but when it does, life here in America and the world will not be the same. We have a ways to go, but a lot of good can come out of this. With your extra time, maybe a healthcare workers, another mission essential, can't say that, but for a lot of us that have this extra time, get to know how to better take care of your body. Right now, I'm out in the park. It's getting sunshine and fresh air, so I'm enjoying it. I like it. Makes you healthy, so that's what I encourage people to do. But also know a lot of people in town are inside. They're scared. They're fear. I don't know what's gonna happen. We're going through an economic collapse. Well, That's not good for you. You really shouldn't fear, because when you fear, it does a lot of harm to your system. So yeah, it's kind of odd. You put a town, city on lockdown, and yes, there's a measure of it that does prevent other people from getting coronavirus. But at the same time, a lot of people are getting sick because they're inside, they're cooped up, they're stressed out, they're fearful, they're not getting their vitamin D and sunshine and fresh air going about. So, but no, if take this time to get healthy, because the way this virus has been engineered, everybody's going to be exposed to it. It's just a matter of how do you respond to it. If you have bad respiratory system, you're likely gonna suffer. So get better. So I'm not gonna tell you what to do. It's better that you get to know your body and find how you can get better. So I wrote my rabbi letter, mailed it yesterday. I got 2 steps left to be approved to immigrate to Israel. So get that 1 step done. I'll be out of the way, and once it gets approved, I'll have 1 step left. That's to have a one-on-one personal interview with an Israeli representative, shaliach is what they call it. So, and I'll have to go to a major city. So either nearest one from here is Omaha or and Minneapolis. So, but I'm thinking, I might try out Denver, simply because I've never been there. That, or go to Chicago, got a couple buddies of mine. So, but the reason why I'm immigrating to Israel, because in the future I do believe Israel has a much better life for me and my future wife and kids. So it is the Holy Land, but in this transition, gold and silver and cryptocurrency go up, I'll have the means and funding to afford property in Israel. Not just Israel, but also in the Philippines. I've been looking at Oregon. I think South America would be awesome too. So thank you for listening. Remember, folks, don't ever fear. Keep prepping food, water. Get the healthy ones. It's well worth getting the non-GMO organic food. If you drink water, make sure you boil it, get out the impurities. And make sure you go outside too. I always go outside regardless of how hot, how cold, because you need fresh air. You need what sunshine you can get. So remember, God's good. He gave all of us 1 chance to live life. So make sure you live life to the fullest. Alright, Toda Rabba. Thank you. Shalom.